In today's video, we have a serious amount of news to get through with Premier African Minerals, so we're going straight in. What is the crack, everyone? Welcome back to Buy Wholesale. I hope, of course, you're all well. So I did my last video on the 6th. Today it is the 14th, and we have a hell of a lot of news that has came out. I've never seen Premier African Minerals to do so much tweets and news. Let's have a look at it. So on the 7th, we had the announcement that there was going to be an investor event on the 11th of July. Then there's going to be a Q&A. That was on the 7th. We had a picture update. Again, further information about the investment event. The reason I'm skipping this because we're going to actually talk about that investor event. It's a generic EV post that came out. Again, RSVP. A couple of subscribers of the channel actually attended that. So we got a bit of insight from a few people. They really did a lot of pumping this out, which is good. Really wanted to spread the word. That's what I taken from it. 6 p.m. was the night, the 11th of July. And just for people to know, I haven't taken a bit of time off over in Northern Ireland. We had the 12th and the 13th off as bank holiday. So I've been a bit quiet, hence why the video is only coming out now. I did hope to get this out yesterday. Also, this Reuters article came out, which was really, really good. Reuters is one of the biggest financial news outlets in the world. No disrespect to Stockbox and any of those interviews or whatever, but this is worldwide. Reuters is huge. Really love to see this here. And just while I'm on that, don't forget I was featured in 2 Reuters articles. The links are down there if you want to check them out. Premier African Minerals plans lithium shipments to China by March 2023. And again, just to summarize, we've covered it before. They're going to invest 35 million in the pilot plant. The first shipment to China is March 2023. 48,000 tons annual output projected, and the Chinese battery minerals giants flock to Zimbabwe. We've been in it for nearly 2 years now. We knew this was going to be coming. And I'm just delighted for everyone that is shareholders. Picked the hot resource, we've looked at the projections, we've seen what's potential's there, and it looks to be coming to fruition, so I'm delighted. There's George, Stockbox guy, fresh. Just some more stuff here. Then we have our interview here.
And again, great to be back here. Great weather, a little bit on the warm side. Had some very good meetings. Looking forward very much indeed to seeing as many of our shareholders as possible this evening.
I'll say I'm looking excited for it. We'll get into Q&A in a moment, but it's just some pictures of the Zulu project. There's all the lads standing about. It actually looks stunning on it. I wouldn't mind actually being out there myself. So look, they had the presentation. A lot of the stuff we know about it. I feel like I've even covered that in my previous video and stuff, so I'm not going to look into the presentation again. Go in for anyone new to Premier African Minerals, or just better yet, just check out all the videos. All this stuff's been coming. We've got a great presentation, very well put together, very prominent. Before we go into the Q&A and look at some of the questions that I liked, I have to say I thought George Rhodes looked happy, content, probably the best I've seen him in. Good form, just a guy that to me was walking around with a bit of swagger. The way he was talking, the way he was answering things, just looked like he had a bit of zump about him, a bit like, yeah, I've delivered this, guys. I told you I was going to do it. It was a long out road, quite bumpy at times, but we've got here. So now it's just time to deliver. March 2023, that is the target in mind. In some ways the heartbeat's done, but in some other ways there's really a lot still to happen. But I think George is just coming across that he's confident in what they're going to be able to deliver. So this is what I wanted to show you before we get into the questions. Zulu infrastructure, we can see the road underway, ensuring road infrastructure is ready to support the pilot plant. So they've got the road already, sort of foundations are being laid, literally. We also have here then the George Rhodes CEO. So this is the update on the Zulu assay results, which was fantastic. Great update again, just showing you the quality of the resource. The results are set out below are again impressive. They're reported on the boreholes within the existing resource area and are part of the ongoing program that is intended to upgrade the confidence in the original resource estimate and from an inferred level to indicated level. They've also updated the model as indicated. He signs off and said, in fact, what we are now understanding about the Zulu deposit is entirely complementary to the use of the sensor-based ore sorting, and this time is likely to result in a more efficient and effective process. It should be noted that the results are all confined within the original claims area. The deposit remains open and strike through in both directions and at depth. You can see the summary of the results. I'm not going to read all these numbers out. You can go and have a look at them yourself, but I can assure you that it is very good. Plenty of stuff happening in the Facebook group as well. You can see here Keith, who's obviously everyone kind of knows about Keith. He's putting in graphs here of our partner who own over 13% now, close to 14% of the shares is owned by them. And you can see here Some great stuff coming out from them in terms of their earnings and the reporting. Very exciting news. Everyone seems to be very, very happy with the results. Even even the Discord group, we have Austin putting this in here, Dee's putting in, we're chatting about it, the Q&A has been put in, we talked about that on the 13th of July. Now we're going to look at the Q&A. The first thing I want to just point out is I'm only going to look at a couple of these here. I recommend anyone that's interested in Prem, go in and check this all out. This is a really exciting time for this stock and it gives you great insight. Obviously, my own videos aside, there's plenty of resource out there, great people on Twitter, great people on Facebook, great Discord group that I have. We also have plenty of great videos and information on the Twitter. So there's plenty to get your teeth in to make your own conclusions and do your own due diligence as always. But this is what I liked about the Q&A.
I'm just going to put them to you straight as they pretty much come. So the first one I have you had any offers to buy Zulu?
Not direct, fixed, that I would need to take to the Prem board. Much interest, as I previously announced. At one time we were negotiating with as many as 11 different companies. There were many suggestions as to what the valuation could be and what kind of deals could be done. But no direct cash offer. And I could not, in fact, today even enter into a negotiation because we have given Sushu an undertaking for a period of time that we would not negotiate with anybody other than them.
Are there any plans to pay dividends in the future or buy back shares?
I'd much rather pay dividends than buy back shares, to be perfectly honest with you, as a shareholder myself. That's something that we'll have to address, but only when we're profitable. Hopefully that's going to be pretty soon. But today, no. So
just pause there. We knew about the agreement. Like I said, 13 to 14%. Part of the agreement is let them do their resort. I mean, they're investing a lot in the pilot plant. It's sort of a down payment for them to grow. It's what we really wanted. I'm okay with it. Again, this is a long hold. I prefer if we can try and do as much of the resort, so manage everything ourselves. The further we can get down the road and start delivering these products is only going to raise the value of the asset. So I'm okay with that. Perhaps a deal will be done. Who knows with Shuhu, but it's just good to hear him talk about all these offers. He just seems confident, he's happy. He is a shareholder. It's one of the reasons, again, why we're in Primary African Minerals. Just like Codan Minerals, just like Tesla, I like companies that they are shareholders in. Yes, it could be sometimes a bad thing in terms of they could just dump a load of shares and they kind of maybe got inside knowledge or whatever. But generally speaking, to me, it shows that they've got confidence in it. If they're a shareholder, they are acting in the best interest, not only for the stock, but also for their own pockets. So I like that. And you can hear him saying there is no interest in buying back the shares. It would be ideally a dividend, but there's no talk of doing that. And why would there? I mean, we're not even really profitable yet. It doesn't make much sense to me either. So yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so the way the repayment works is that the total value of the sales will be retained almost on a cash sweep basis by Sushu, net of all OPEX, all management fees, all normal operating expenses as budgeted and as set out by Prem. And the intention is that that will be adequate to cover our operations within the expanded EPO and within the context of other explorations.
Okay, so there is a plan to manage it.
Oh, absolutely, and that's being dealt with contractually.
What I liked about that bit is it's done contractually. Signed, sealed, delivered in many respects. The only thing that could merely mess that up would be the likes of unforeseens or inflation or some sort of craziness that just blew things out of the water. But generally speaking, that looks to be really, really tight. George has been around the mill a few times. I think he's a shrewd operator.
Let me just ask you a slightly different question then. Do you have an ideal buyout price and a timeline for when that might happen, i.e. before production, post-production?
No, I don't, but I do believe that if there is going to be such a buyout, it's going to come when, at a time, it's clear to everybody that what we're doing with the pilot plant is working, that there is spodumene being shipped out, and I think that's when you're going to see a real unlocking of the real underlying value.
You didn't see the question because I cut it out, but he also talked about what price would want, what offers have been made. Obviously, without even him answering, he's not going to declare any of that. Why show your hand before you need to? Comes back to what I just already said. It's about getting the output. It's about this resource delivering on the goods. The quality's there. Can we get it out and shown that it can be delivering? That is going to send the share price. So I know people maybe don't want to hear that, but as long as we can hold this resource, March 2023 is not going to be a million miles away. And it could all be happening in the new year. So for me, for the next 6 months, it's just averaging in, buying dips, timing it, trying to time. If there's any significant rises, maybe taking some profits off. But again, I've said it in my last few videos, my time of swinging in and out of Prem has come to very much an end unless it goes absolutely parabolic. I intend just to keep averaging in, just keep topping up at the right levels.
Now having more than 22,000 metres of drilling done, can we expect to see the rust to come in the coming days?
No, not in the coming days, but in the near future. I've discussed that on quite a few different occasions already, and I think let me make the point that when Sushu invested with us, we were able to refocus our exploration program and to concentrate in a very tight drilling pattern on upgrading and identifying the best and most economical aspects of this deposit to mine initially with the pilot plant. So a lot of work has gone into that, and our internal team is very happy with what they're seeing. They're very comfortable with what's coming out of it, and that's one of the reasons why we've been able to go down the pilot plant route as quickly as we did.
Okay. How much discount percentage-wise is given on the contract price?
For so long as we have not repaid the debt, there is a 10% discount that will apply.
They were talking about getting resource in Zimbabwe. He says the resource generally is good, but they're doing a lot of interviewing right now. So they're really trying to build this up. It seems like they're really speeding the process up. We talk about the discount there. Discount is what it is. You understand the loan. It is what it is. There's not really much point talking about it. We know the facts and figures, and we'll have the update study. We knew that was all coming again. I covered it in my previous video. And I was sure that video again, go in. There's plenty of stuff still coming in the pipeline. That tells you about all the different timelines. And like I said, that is the bits that I wanted to sort of highlight. I mean, the Q&A in itself is actually very good. It's good to see George in his confident manner that he is. So we will just watch this space, but it is so exciting what's happening with Premier African Minerals. It's a long hold. For me, I really would like the price, to be honest with you, to stay around these levels till March, or even maybe we can go lower, because I know where this is going to go. The share price right now is not reflective of what this company is about to do. It's probably because of hyperinflation. You know, the UK market, the pound is being as weak as it's been. There's a lot of things factored into this that we've covered in other videos. So you have to take all this into consideration. But trust me, at the end of the day, whatever the share price is doing, it will eventually catch up to what this company is going to be doing. So I'm really happy with it. Obviously a big huge buyout or a big talk of that will shoot the thing up massively. I'm not expecting huge amount of difference with the new update on the results. Covered it in other videos. We've covered something similar in Codal Minerals. It didn't do anything really to the share price, probably because of all those other factors that I've mentioned. So the last thing I want to do is look at the performance since the 6th, and we are down 0.6%. There really hasn't been a lot of action. Very choppy over the week, crazy. Don't know why people are selling. I understand why people are buying. Not too sure why people are selling. I could go in and do proper TA, but I really won't, because I've covered in the video, and as you can see, not a lot's changed in the month. So that is everything. I just want to ask everyone to please like, subscribe, help me grow the channel. I appreciate everybody that does share Premier African Minerals and likes the videos. We're doing well. We're getting more viewers in. That there is general interest, and I'll keep you updated on how my analytics are going. And I can tell you there is more eyeballs coming to Premier African Minerals, and rightly so. So yeah, appreciate everyone that hits like. That helps spread the word on the algorithm. And if you want to get into the Discord, if you want to join the trading course, all that, the links are down below. Feel free to do that. The Discord is now monthly, $3.99 a month. So if you're interested in getting in on that, get some of my thoughts quick and other people's thoughts, it's all there. And lastly, I would check out this video again. This is the video I just done previously on the 6th. Tell you about all the stuff that's still to come with Prem. I'll catch you in the next one, and enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.